segment called What is Artificial Intelligence is a place where we ask our audience and everyone in the Twitter world, what is artificial intelligence? And so this gives an opportunity for our influencers, key leaders who are working in this space to come around and share their point of view on what is artificial intelligence. So that simple question, keep it simple, keep it short. What is artificial intelligence is what we talk about on here. So very quickly, the housekeeping stuff on Twitter, please follow me. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you're watching this on LinkedIn for some reason, follow me there. And if you're watching this on Facebook, press the like button and the subscribe button so it's easy for everyone to watch. And also try and share it with various groups that are artificial intelligence focused. So more and more people can learn from our guests. Okay, as I said, it is your point of view. So if you have a point of view, which I'm sure you do, all you need to do is send me a direct message and I will bring you here. And that's what our guest today did. They sent me a direct message and said, I want to share my point of view on what is artificial intelligence, so they're here. So let me not waste any time and bring in Dianne and have a chat with her. Hi Dianne, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good, very good. Welcome to the Shelley Show. It's the shorter version. Please take some time to introduce yourself. That's your moment.
Thank you. I am science fiction and fantasy author Dianne Dotson. I am also a science writer and content manager and an artist. And my background is mostly in life science, both laboratory and ecological. And I'm happy to be here today to talk about artificial intelligence, which I have written about in fiction as well as nonfiction.
That's brilliant. Great stuff. So you've done some work around that space in fiction and nonfiction, which is very interesting, actually. Okay, so in your point of view, what is artificial intelligence if you were to define it?
Well, artificial intelligence, by the words themselves, mean that artificial is human made and intelligence being, what we conceive of as being a thinking, processing part of our lives. And as we know it, artificial intelligence began sort of as a terminology that Alan Turing, a mathematician, helped come up with back in the 1950s. And the basic premise is that artificial intelligence is using machines to solve problems for humanity and for the world. And, this began long before, in reality, it began in science fiction and fantasy. In fact, even in the Oz books by L. Frank Baum, a wind-up robot named TikTok sort of kickstarted that in the early 20th century. And from there, we've had everything from Alien and obviously 2001 with HAL. You've had the tropes of sinister, AI or artificial intelligence versus beneficial. And these days, it's more than science fiction. It's helping save our lives during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Interesting. Any use case that comes to mind that you want to share with the audience?
Well, knowing that artificial intelligence can help us solve problems a lot faster than humans can do on our own, we're using computers and machine learning to figure out problems such as with viruses and genetic problems as well, chronic disease in biotech and healthcare. And it's very topical right now because of the vaccine, which artificial intelligence has helped us to find good candidates for targeting the virus on its various protein spikes and things like that. So, right now it's incredibly relevant and constant. It's in our smart fridges and it's in our cures potentially for a lot of diseases. And I think it's an exciting way for us to participate in a new era in which we use machine learning and Internet of Things and just AI generally to connect us all together and to solve not only humans' problems, but animal and environmental problems and space exploration, which is also huge in the news lately, finding candidates for habitable exoplanets and exploring those, for example.
Interesting. In fact, I think, my personal point of view is that artificial intelligence is mimicking human intelligence and behavior. And if machines could mimic that, well, that's where artificial intelligence comes into play. The reason why we started the series was because if you go on Twitter and you type artificial intelligence, you see robots. And I think I wanted to demystify that and make sure that people understand what actually it is and what is it trying to do. So that's why we're having this series, and this runs through. Now we've got around about 14, 15 episodes, and people come in and share their point of view. On your on your use case, I think one use case that quickly comes to mind around the COVID-19 is predicting the candidates or people who are likely to get a wet lung very quickly, so that they can So that's another one which is very close to my heart, because when I was reading about it, it was quite interesting, and I've written a bit about it as well. So lots of use cases around. Are there any other use cases you want to share?
I think given this has been an incredibly difficult year personally as well as globally for most of us, and lacking the connectivity that we would normally have in person, having to social distance for our own safety and for the safety of our loved ones takes a mental toll. And I think that this has opened up a new sector, which was already sort of happening, and that involves artificial intelligence and mental health. I think that going forward, I think artificial intelligence can help form a bridge between patient and clinician, not replacing, but supplementing and adding to care and helping to determine how best to segue and triage an individual who, is struggling or just really needs some different solutions. And so maybe using artificial intelligence in an empathetic way, and stepping away from the tropes of science fiction's past in which you have Skynet taking over and killing us all. Actually, it could help bring us together and help us feel better.
Interesting. One thing I couldn't resist asking you is around your name. So Dianne Dotson, it is like it's a long name. Tell us about that.
So going back to L. Frank Baum, the creator of the Oz books, The Wizard of Oz, as well as 13 other Oz books, I liked his use of the first initial of his name, and then the rest of his name. So what happened was, because I'm Generation X, and there were so many Jennifers. Jennifer is my first name, and I decided I wanted to be different, and I wanted to go by my middle name, hence Dianne. So I wanted to connect it and honor my parents for the first name, Jennifer, and have the J, Dianne Dotson. So, and that's my author name, which you can see here on my first book, Heliopause. And I've written a series of science fiction books, and I have more in the works.
Good stuff. We should work together, because I was thinking of creating some kind of a semi-fictional, and semi-non-fictional kind of work, which would talk about the future of how artificial intelligence is going to look like. But it'll be an honor to work with you at some point in time.
That would be wonderful. I'd love it.
Good stuff.
That's part of my bread and butter. I also, during my day job, I'm a content manager and science writer, so I like to talk about AI in relation to specifically biotech, and I'm exploring that a bit from different angles. And it's just really good to have content out there that people can explore and learn more about, demystify AI, and help us realize that this is a beneficial thing that we have with AI, and that we have so much potential. And not even just as a fiction writer or someone with a science background, anybody can pick that up and learn about it and feel, that it's practical in their lives.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Dianne. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Lovely.
And speak soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so guys, that was Dianne Dotson, all the way from New York, and good stuff. So guys, thank you very much for watching us today. So if you're watching this on Twitter, please follow me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please press the subscribe button and the bell icon. Watching it on LinkedIn, please press the follow button. And if you're watching this on Facebook, then please share it with the audience in various groups which are AI focused, so more and more people learn from what Dianne had to say. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow again. See you soon. Bye.